Psalm 102 is often called a prayer of an afflicted person and expresses deep distress, loneliness, and a cry for God's mercy. The psalmist describes their suffering, feeling like their days vanish like smoke. Psalm 102 verse 3, and that they are withering away. Psalm 102 verse 11. This reflects Job's lament in Job 7 verses 6 to 7, where he says, "My days are swifter than a weaver's shuttle, and they come to an end without hope." Both passages reveal human frailty and the urgency of seeking God. Yet, even in despair, the psalmist turns to God's eternal nature. Psalm 102 verse 12, mirroring Isaiah 40 verse 8, which says, "The grass withers and the flowers fall, but the word of our God endures forever." The middle of the psalm shifts from personal suffering to God's promise of restoration, particularly for Zion's Psalm 102 verses 13 to 16. This hope aligns with Jeremiah 29 verse 11, where God reassures his people, saying, "For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a future and a hope." The psalmist acknowledges that God hears the prayers of the destitute. Psalm 102 verse 17, reinforcing Jesus' words in Matthew 5 verse 3, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." Here, the psalm moves from lament to trust in God's faithfulness, showing that suffering can be a path to divine intervention and renewal. The final section, Psalm 102 verses 25 to 28, contrasts human mortality with God's unchanging nature, emphasizing his sovereignty over creation. This echoes Hebrews 1 verses 10 to 12, which quotes the psalm to highlight Christ's eternal nature. "In the beginning, Lord, you laid the foundations of the earth, but you remain the same." The psalm ends with reassurance that God's servants and their descendants will be established. Before him, Psalm 102 verse 28, reflecting Psalm 90 verses 1 to 2, which declares, "Lord, you have been our dwelling place throughout all generations." This conclusion affirms that while human life is fragile, those who trust in God find security in his unchanging love and promises.